Episode discussion WandaVision premiere, January 15, 2020. The devil's in the details, Bev. That's not the only place he is. Foreshadowing. Mephisto in the house. Agnes' husband. I was thinking there is no Ralph and Catherine Hahn could be Mephisto. She even had her hair swept back in a very Mephisto way during that scene. Happy Phase 4 Day. Marvel changes its intro with every phase IIRC. Excited to see what they come up with this time. Did Wanda almost just subconsciously kill that man? Kitty laughing and saying stop it repeatedly makes me think yes. Yeah. There was an almost forced laughter / I'm afraid edge to the stop it by the end. As if she was pleading with Wanda to stop everything. Same with the grown-up Regina George in episode 2. Anyone else disappointed that there's like 5 whole minutes of end credits? I was fast forwarding through to see if there was something meant to be after the credits. Color me surprised when it was genuinely just 5 whole minutes of credits. It's really going to suck when this show is over and we go back to Vision being dead. Assuming they won't bring him back. It's very unfortunate. However, Paul Bettany seems to be having a blast in this role. Especially in this show. And if this is his final appearance, I'm all for it. First new Marvel content since July 2019. Yep, lol. If COVID hadn't have happened, we would have already seen Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Venom 2, Eternals and Morbius. Sorry for Google Translate. I'm a Japanese viewer. But the cast in the dubbing column had the name Investigator Wu. Randall Park seems to be the main voice of the radio calling to Wanda. Your English is perfect, the translate worked. This is a good catch you made. So many questions for the show. And no answers to anything. Calling it now. All this is happening because somebody wants Wanda's children. I know they're both superheroes. So I'm guessing someone somehow knows that already or is guessing her children might be extremely powerful or something like that. That creepy for the children _cannot be nothing. Undefined. In the first episode, Agnes and Wanda talk about seducing Vision for her anniversary, and when she drops the dinner off, Agnes asks if she should preheat the oven. She also shows up with a pineapple, which is a libido lifter / aphrodisiac and is also, according to Google, a swinger's symbol. Curious to see what the casual / general audience reaction will be to these first few episodes. I can definitely see people complaining about the slower sitcom portions. Just finished. Absolutely a speep right here. The little commercials were great and Wanda's no was really sinister. I'm wondering how long she'll be pregnant. I was surprised to see the bump so early. Wanda's no was creepy. As well as her telling Vision to help Mr. Hart in episode 1. I'm digging this vibe. The advertisements in each episode definitely seem to be hinting towards stuff which has happened in her life. Episode 1, the red beeping and Stark Industries being the toaster's maker, seem to be hinting towards the missiles which killed her parents. Second episode's 1 is the Hydra watch and Strucker, where he experimented on her and Pietro to gain their powers. You are dead on with this. Go with me. It's Sword trying to communicate with her through the commercials. Maybe they think she doesn't remember who she is, so they throw important people / life moments in there to maybe jog her memory. My theory is the couple from the commercials are her parents. The watch commercial was a Strucker watch and had a Hydra logo on it. He'll make time for you. I read this right at the scene, holy crap. From AV Club's review. Little cracks begin to appear here and there. But there is a moment where someone says a particular name, a name that nobody in the MCU has said in a while, where the proverbial dam breaks and WandaVision starts to reveal the actual game it's playing. That chilling moment, which we're stepping around to avoid spoilers, could quietly be one of the best. Oh damn. They're doing the thing MCU moments in a long time. And that's where the last of the 3 episodes screened for critics ends. We just don't know what to expect. I don't think that was ever in question. I love the horror undertones of the show. There's something eerie and wrong about what you're watching. Yup. There's a little of that old school Twilight Zone vibe. She calls you Diane. I did not think I would find the sitcom format funny, but not far into the episode and it's beginning to appeal to me. OMG, that Stark toaster beep made me so sad. I miss the repulsor sound. They stopped using it once Age of Ultron released, I believe. Ralph Mephisto? Just a thought. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's odd that he's been mentioned twice by name, but not shown. I got to admit that even when you take out them being actual Marvel characters, a sitcom about a married witch and android who changes his appearance to appear more human when around others would have been a huge hit in the 60s. The star of the show. What an interesting line from Agnes. Allegedly it doesn't really switch until episode 3, so I'm looking forward to major nostalgia in these first 2 episodes. Welcome back Non-Stop Marvel. Whoa. The toaster in the commercial made an Iron Man noise. Person talking to Wanda is Jimmy Woo. No. It is. The subtitles refer to him as Woo. In the closing credits of episode 2. Anyone else worried that Wanda hasn't chosen to create this world but is being forced to create this world via experimentation? Because that's the vibe I got from the end of the first episode. I have once again reached that time Eastern TZ. As I did during Mondo. Where I have to decide whether to try and fall asleep or just stay up for an hour and watch the show. Me right now. Cause I know once I start it'll be till 4. This is unironically hilarious undefined. Yeah, the basic premise of what happens when these soups land in a sitcom and have to try and fit in is really a great premise once you really get to see it. You probably could have given each era 2 to 3 episodes apiece if you really wanted to without it wearing thin. I know the wearing thin part was a critique in some of the reviews. But there's a reason sitcoms have a Basil Lion episodes and we watch them all, and it's because you just enjoy watching your favorite characters get into comedic situations. I actually like the slow burn nature of the central story and would not have minded a little more time to enjoy each era and watch some situational comedy. Grim Reaper helmet spotted in the intro to the second episode when Vision goes beneath the floor. It's actually the Grim Reaper helmet who played a major role in the Vision comic this is based on. I'm currently watching some Dick Van Dyke and Bewitched to help set the mood. I actually did that last night. Just finished the 2 episodes. My lord, I am in complete shock. Never have I ever would I have anticipated that we would have seen something like this within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But am I glad that is not the case. Throughout the viewing of the episodes, it felt as though I was in a completely different dimension to where sitcoms exist with Marvel characters. That is how crazy this idea is. I absolutely loved the sitcoms aspect, and they absolutely captured the era beautifully with the soundtrack and over-the-top acting. Mr. Paul and Mrs. Elizabeth were obviously the highlights. But oh my lord, just the zany humor and all that. I actually caught myself laughing at times and found their shenanigans to be hilarious. And then I love the absolute dark moments within the first 2 episodes. Such as Mr. Hart choking or Deddy's hand bleeding then brushing it off like it's nothing. I wonder what is to come. Cannot wait for more of the sitcom aspects of this show. As we will without a doubt be receiving that for the episodes to come until the end. Overall an A for me, and I'm happy we have MCU content now, hooray. That beekeeper scene was legit super creepy. At least watching it at 4 AM anyways. Wanda firmly saying no and it rewinding has me dying for the next episodes. Guys, it's been a pleasure of sitting through this drought. Marvel is back and that's all we will hear about this weekend. Life is good. My thoughts? By far the craziest thing I've seen out of the MCU. The creepiest scene was the one dinner table scene when Mr. Hart chokes on his food. Especially because we saw how different it went in the trailers. Mephisto being teased by Agnes is really crazy. Either she herself is Mephisto or knows who is. The magic show was really intriguing. Especially when Vision is using his powers. The radio scene was also really creepy. It's interesting to see how they add little bits of color in the black and white scene. Wanda saying no and reversing time freaked me TF out. We heard they were going to be very paranoid throughout the series and that is definitely the vibe I got. All this to say and I still have no idea WTF is going on. Also interesting. If everybody in this world is real people as we know. Monica, Agnes, etc. And if Vision is dead in real life. Then who is Vision? The helicopter in Stark's red and yellow with the sword emblem. I'm not a comic reader. Are these typical sword colors? No. I think it's just a rescue helicopter. It definitely had the sword emblem though. This feels really different and I love it. I guess the ending of the second episode is her obviously being in control of the reality. But it was also interesting that we didn't see her create the reality. I wonder if she was somehow manipulated to create it by someone. I think it's created by someone else for a nefarious purpose. But Wanda is keeping herself there because she wants to be with Vision and have the twins, etc. That's Randall Park's voice saying, "Who's doing this to you, Wanda?" Right? Asian Jim. Seeing the early reviews, I thought the early episodes, while entertaining, would frustrate me as they'd be played too straight, but I was wrong. I genuinely enjoyed the mix of complete cheese and creepy vibes. The total dedication to the sitcom aspect, especially in the first episode, was a blast. Second episode was less funny and generally darker emo, but also really entertaining. The supporting cast so far is top notch. Oh, I am excited. Oh. There's the line. We are an unusual couple. You know? Oh. I don't think that was ever in question. Vision and yakety yak. Never in my life. I wonder if there's any meaning behind the commercials having the same actor and actress. Calling it now. They're her parents. Man, I didn't realize how much I've missed the MCU until seeing that Marvel Studios opening. The glamour and illusion rumor was true. I believe it was posted from a Twitter account. As someone studying old American sitcoms, these first 2 episodes were awesome. It's also great because of how they've intertwined the dark horror elements which are gonna spin out. Disappointed we didn't get a Kitty Foreman laugh. Episode 1 was great. Was not expecting to see Sword at the end. Wonder who's behind the TV? Those commercials during the episodes though. Episode 1 name dropped Stark and episode 2 had Strucker. And I'm paraphrasing, but the quote in the Chimerical in episode 1 was along the lines of "Forget the past. Look to the future," and both Stark and Strucker played significant roles in Wanda's past. Interesting stuff. The overall ominous vibes and mystery hooks at the end of each episode make this addicting. I need more. For the children. There's a Grim Reaper helmet in the intro for episode 2. They are so depressingly wholesome. He's dead and all. I'm enjoying this so far. It feels like a Marvel film set during an old television set, which I suppose is the point. Definitely interested in seeing where this all goes. They almost identically rebuilt the living room from Bewitched for the second episode. Not to mention the intro. Will this be similar to The Good Place? Each season of The Good Place ended with them realizing they were in the bad place, so they were reset. Will something similar happen here? But at the end of each episode? Really curious why some reviewers, such as John Campy, got to watch the first 3 episodes as opposed to the first 2 as everyone else got. Do we think something big may happen next episode? Or is it just the luck of being a reviewer? All reviews seem to point at the fact episode 3 really starts to break away more from the pure sitcom formula and starts blending things more. TBF, these 2 episodes were mostly played straight. I guess they wanted reviewers to ensure audiences that these 2 episodes don't fully capture the show and to keep watching to get it. They weren't kidding when they said Wanda would be on a whole new level with her powers. Why do I believe that the 2 people in the commercials are meant to be Wanda's parents? I keep expecting Kathryn Hahn to say something dirty. I feel like Emma Caulfield's going to have a pretty decent role. Good for her. Genuinely hilarious, but surprisingly sinister. These first 2 episodes pay homage to classic sitcoms like The Dick Van Dyke Show and Bewitched while using the premise to set up a refreshingly unique and intriguing narrative. Everything from color to cameras to commercial breaks are used to tell the story of this odd couple. The whole illusion/glamour performance was the highlight of the 2 first episodes. Paul Bettany was hilarious. During the opening animation of episode 2, the Westview billboard says home. It's where you make it. I love that we're getting the Marvel intro for every episode. I love that tune so much and wasn't sure they would go for it. I feel like I'm watching a mixture of I Love Lucy and The Truman Show and I'm not sure how to feel. Hey y'all. I see a lot of people bringing up Mephisto and the Grim Reaper as the villains. Here are my follow UPS on that. Episode 2 is where things are really getting sinister. For the children is referenced so much. It isn't coincidence. Right after she gets pregnant, the beekeeper shows up, surrounded by bees. The bees themselves, bees in ancient culture, symbol death and him coming from below, seem to be shadowing the Grim Reaper coming from hell to take the children and return them to Mephisto. Agnes has shown several times throughout these 2 episodes that she wants Vision and wanted to procreate. Literally and metaphorically. Mephisto has 2 courses of action: take the kids by force or by false friendship. It isn't out of nowhere that most people, as Dottie mentions, fear Wanda and Vision. But Agnes is set up to be her one friend. When the plan goes awry, the era of sitcom moves forward. I think the outcome they're setting up is that Wanda is going to flat out hand her kids to Mephisto. Albeit unknowingly. I think he needs the twins to break his way into reality, thus setting up Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness.